All right, so here we are. So I was talking the other day about how I've been doing some ramen noodles, but I don't use these flavor packets for the noodles. Part of that is because they can be used for other things. And one of them is sprinkling them on top of popcorn. So let's see. I usually use a whole packet on top of one thing of popcorn, but it's going to fall through all the way to the bottom anyway, so. So this is just plain popcorn, no butter, no oil, no anything. And so putting a little essentially powdered soup on them gives them a different, unique flavor. Now, I'm doing this with the chicken flavor. Is it the creamy chicken or just the chicken? Just the chicken flavor. And that's partly because, like, for this carbohydrate-based diet that I've been doing, I bought, I think, 3 12-packs of ramen. I mean, it's just like a couple bucks each. But they only have them in the shrimp and the chicken, so I got one of each. And then I got a few small ones. And I kind of wish they had a 12-pack, at least where I bought it, of like the jalapeno flavor or some of the other flavors, like a mushroom flavor. Because I kind of want to try each of those flavors as a powder on the popcorn. And popcorn has been really good for a carbohydrate-based thing that makes me feel fuller than it should. I mean, this is just 2 tablespoons of popcorn kernels. But this will leave me at least moderately satisfied for a few hours. Whereas the caloric equivalent of bread or noodles or any of that would be insignificant. It would not make me feel full. I think I would have been curious to see. I would have tried more sugared cereals. I mean, I did a couple sugared cereals early on for breakfast stuff. And it's interesting to note that, like, well, they're still pretty decently sized in calorie count. Like, the breakfast cereals aren't as high calorie per volume as some of these things. So you could eat like 4 bowls of cereal, or 4 portions, 4 serving sizes of cereal, I should say, because a bowl of cereal is usually about 2 to 3 serving sizes. And you can eat the cereal, and it'll leave you sustained for a little while at least. And you haven't used up so much of your calories that you get to 2,000 faster than that. But, I mean, ideally, what one wants to do with their diet is not count the calories, but train your body to be comfortable with a certain level of you eat, and then you feel satisfied, and then you don't eat anymore. And that's how you know how much your body needs. Part of the reason I was doing this experiment was to show that eating large amounts of carbohydrates doesn't leave me ever feeling satisfied. And that's maybe just me. But large amounts of carbohydrates make me so unsatisfied all the time that stopping at 2,000 calories, which is a level to stop at. If I were completely sedentary, I should stop at about 1,800. But stopping at 2,000 calories is really hard to do when you never feel satisfied. And so that trick of knowing when you're done eating by listening to your body cues can be thrown off by foods like these. So I find that to be something that doesn't help me with a healthy relationship with food. Not that I have a problem with food anymore. I mean, I have a little bit of it sometimes. I do notice that I still stress eat. And it's not as often that I have the chance to be bored anymore, but I used to have an issue with boredom eating, and it could be the same thing again. So that's essentially emotional eating. It's not enough stimulus, you eat. Too much stimulus, you eat. And so finding that happy medium where you're not doing either of those, that used to be an issue for me. It's not as big an issue now. But I do notice from time to time when I get super stressed, I have a tendency to resort to wanting to be eating something. But at any rate, I wanted to talk tonight about some of the mental things I've noticed with higher carbohydrate intake that I'm used to. And I will say, it's not scientific data here. During this month, I went through a get-together with family for birth stuff, stress about finances, I took a trip out to California by myself when I already had financial difficulties. And I had the place that I was staying at cancel on me at the last minute, so I had to scramble to find a replacement. And so my mental state was already pretty frazzled. And when I got back from that, I just needed to decompress. And so all throughout this, my mental state had other factors playing off of it, but there are always going to be other factors playing off of it. I'm just saying that as a way to say, I feel like I haven't been able to focus as well as I would like while I've been eating like this. Now, how much of that is placebo effect? How much of that is stress from other factors? And how much of that is diet affecting how I'm able to think? I can't tell you. This is not a scientific experiment. This is not a study on diet and mental health. But I do feel that based off of some past experiences and what I felt this time, that there is a noticeable difference in my thinking patterns. It's a little more distracted, less able to focus. I should probably just have finished this and been done with it, but I am kind of hungry. Because I'm always bloody hungry right now. Can't ever seem to get satisfied right now. Okay, so I am uploading a video right now, or exporting a video on my other computer over there to try to get the trying to get the files to export, and then I'll upload those. That's the taste test video. And then after this, I'm looking to do the music tonight. And then I'll be back for the video game live stream tonight. I'm trying to make sure this gets the chance to breathe. It's so hot in here lately. All right, so mental health. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can see it. You can probably go watch my videos over the last 3.5 weeks at this point and see how much more scattered my thinking has gotten. Again, some of that might just be the stress of my environment, some budgeting concerns, workload, the heat. I'm sweating like a pig right now. My hair is just an absolute thrashed mess. I can't, it's always damp from the environment that I'm in all the time. I would love for us to get into a nice, cool, calm situation. I'm hoping that over the next month we get there. I still have to get some things done. Some things that didn't work out the way they needed to get worked out in the end of June are still on the plate to get resolved. And again, I'm deviating from the topic because I'm unable to seemingly focus right now. Oh, stop with the motorcycles. Please stop with the motorcycles. The mental health aspect of such a heavy carbohydrate-based diet, I think I wouldn't even, I hesitate to call it jittery, but that's what it sort of feels like sometimes. Like I'm just sort of like all over the place. And ooh, 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 ooh. And it's just like it's not conducive for me working on projects to have that. Like the inability to focus right now is a really hard aspect of what I'm dealing with. Like this week has been a video game week, and I just keep getting sidetracked with, oh, here's an idea for that writing project we started last week and we're going to finish next week. Like, I'm not working on that right now. Do not give me more things for that. We have a project. We have 2 projects, 2.5 projects that we're working on right now this week. I need to focus and work on those, but I can't. I can't. Like, and I think sort of as an example of something else that's been an issue for me was, as you can see, with some of that scatterbrainness that's going on, my ability to calculate really, what is it? Like a platoon of motorcycles have to go by right now? My ability to do calculations and planning and scheduling and timing is shot. Like I couldn't even really sit here and say to you when I was just a second ago talking about the video game discussion, I have a project. No, I have 2 projects. Well, no, I have 2.5 projects. Well, it's technically 3, but 2.5. Like I can't just anchor to. I started working on 3 video games this week. 2 of them look like something I might be able to get further along before the end of the week. it's part of this week's creation of video games. Like, I couldn't just sum it up simply. I'm sort of all over the place. Now, my mood, I would say the distractibility may play a factor in some of my, I don't want to say like I've been feeling flighty, but I'm more easily caught up in anxiety and stress and frustration. How many motorcycles need to go by right now while I'm filming? Yeah, I'm more easily cranky right now. It's not conducive to me doing what I need to do. And I'm noticing disrupted sleep. But again, when I made my trip to California, a lot of that was disrupted. Time zone differences, the sleeping for an hour on the way there, and then getting to California, trying to sleep that night on a concrete floor. Got 1 hour, 1.5 hours out of 6 hours that I was there before I caught a bus, went to a convention center, and was exhausted by about 11 a.m. West Coast time. Got picked up at 4 p.m. West Coast time. Got to the place where I was staying and wasn't able to fall asleep until probably about 10 or 11 p.m. West Coast time. Finally fell asleep, woke up early the next day, went to the convention for the next couple days completely rested, and then had 48 solid hours of being wide awake because I had no place to sleep. And got back here after 48 hours of wide awake after waking up. Yeah, that Saturday when I went to, or the Friday when I was at the convention, I slept for about 5 to 6 hours, woke up at 6 a.m., and then I didn't get to sleep until around 3 p.m. on Monday. So from 6 a.m. on Saturday to 3 p.m. on Monday, I had no sleep. And that threw me off. I've had, I don't even know how many days I've been back yet. My concept of time right now is completely skewed. I have no idea. So I can't really tell you whether or not it's been long enough that should have worked itself out of my system, but I think I'm still sort of derailed sleep-wise. I'm getting up these days around 1 p.m. on average. So somewhere between noon and 2 p.m. is usually where I'm waking up right now, 2:30 in the afternoon. And so it's disrupted my ability to sleep, and I'm up till like 4 to 6 a.m., not really able to nod off. And so it's all over the place, and it's a bit of a mess. Really, right now? Really? It's 8 p.m. Why are you all out on your motorcycles right now? I'm not even in a city. I'm in a rural area. Sorry. Yeah, see? I'm cranky. I am snappy, and I'm fidgety. So it's not doing good things for me. But it's not like complete derailment and complete like worst mental state I've ever been in. It's not like that. It's just there's a volatility to my focus and my emotional state that I don't think I normally have. And maybe it's just because I'm cranky about eating the same stuff over and over again. I want some different flavor. I want to taste food, not some starchy thing with no flavor of its own that I have to figure out what to squirt on top of it to make it taste like something. It's a horrible way to phrase that. But yeah, I'm like, I can't wait to just have scrambled eggs for breakfast. I can't wait to just have like a ham rolled with some cheese and some lettuce. I can't wait for a chef's salad with just a little bit of cider vinegar and a touch of oil as a dressing. Like, I want vegetables and meat, a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, mostly vegetables. That's maybe some beans. I don't know, like lentils, maybe. I just want simple, good food. This processed carbohydrate crap is not good food. The only thing that makes this the only thing that makes those things taste good to me is what you flavor them with. And you can just as easily flavor healthier food choices with those flavors. The starches and the carbohydrates of the noodles and the bread and the potatoes and those types of things, and the breakfast cereals, they're not what I'm seeking. I mean, you might as well put the same flavor on a bowl full of sawdust. It's the same thing almost. Flour and flour-based and rice-based and potato-based starches, their flavor is not dissimilar from simple sawdust, at least in my book. I'm not a big carbohydrate eater these days. It doesn't meet my needs for what I need for food. So that may make me a little more cranky. I do think the disruption to my sleep is not helping. And my inability to focus are contributing factors to my mood with this diet. But suffice to say, I'm excited for Sunday, first day off of this diet. Fitness exercises today, I'm sort of just kind of skewing a little off of the endurance / cardio focus, because I'm trying to finish recording some things for, I guess it's going to be Saturday's video, as things are getting timed right now, because tonight is finishing up the taste test for the month, upload that after this, and then music video, react and review, and then prompts maybe tonight. I might get half of that done tonight and uploaded, and then the prompts tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be video game, react and review, followed by creative prompts. And then, so what's today? Today's Thursday? I don't know what day it is. Let me see. Yes, it's Thursday today, so tomorrow would be Friday. So video game is Friday. And then Saturday would be health and well-being, which would be the project I started a little over a month ago. So hoping to see that one through. And then that should finish off the month's content by Saturday. Sunday through to the end of the month is going to be writing and videos, which is a funny thing to say. And then the first 3 days of August are going to be taste test videos. Or no, not taste test, recipe videos. But during that time, I don't know that I have anything for daytime videos uploads. So it's just the daily live updates on those projects, which is fine because it would be nice to have writing time next week and time to work. Instead of doing the daily edited videos, it would be the video project videos. Yeah, I'm scattered right now. I'm just not able to focus. So we've sort of covered most of everything that I'm doing right now. The Saturday video will highlight a little bit more of the fitness that I've been doing in the meantime. The cardio focused stuff I'm still working on. I think I do like the model of doing the going for longer and longer stints of seeing how long I can pedal without interruption. I want to get to a point where I can just keep going and going and going. That was the focus of doing this. It wasn't to necessarily do cardio, but to do endurance capability. Then next batch is slow twitch muscle for lifting and working, and then the fast twitch for explosive release. So that's sort of the idea I was going for. Cardio is going to be something that is benefited from all of them to a certain degree. So yeah, I think I named most of these pretty wrong. I think I went pleo, cardio, and weight training, and then none of those are completely accurate to what I'll probably be doing. So I got to figure out how to name them better. 26 minutes in, I think I'm going to call it here for right now. I will be back at 10:30 with more about the video game creation. I'll be uploading a taste test I did I think it was almost 3 years ago now. It's 2.5 years ago at least. And then I will work on the music videos later tonight. And then tomorrow, the video game. And then Saturday, the health and well-being. All right, calling it here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me when I'm scatterbrained. Take care, and I will see you later.